the other fashion countries
at a more affordable price.
At a more affordable price, exactly. Okay. Yes.
I think I'm interested to know, why, how you've bridged that gap, the expensive part of the discussion now. Okay, so what's the miracle that you're doing all of a sudden that it's quite cheaper than?
Getting rid of majority of the middlemen, which is we design ourselves. My partner is the creative director. She has a history in design and fashion. So we sit down together, we do that. We don't have to pay anyone to do that. Okay. We go fabric shopping ourselves in Europe, and we look for good quality, high-grade fabrics that are sustainable. Okay. And the only thing we outsource, because we haven't got the skills for that, is the sewing part of it. Okay. And that way, you get to reduce your cost and give people high quality clothes at affordable prices. So
I know that one of the reasons why some of the clothings are very expensive have to do with the designer. You know, I mean, it's. I mean, if you go to certain places, they'll ask you, "What are you wearing?" And then you're like, Versace, I'm wearing this and that, and that has a lot to do with.
And I tell people that the Louis Vuittons and the Versaces can get away with that because they're selling a brand name, they're selling their brand. Because really, it's made from the same cow. It's not a Louis Vuitton cow or,
a different kind
or
of
Louis Vuitton cotton field. It's not.
Yes.
It's the same thing that God created, the same animals. But they're selling their name, they're selling a brand, they're selling an identity. That's why they can get away with doing that. We can decide to do that, but the thing is, we're not trying to segregate ourselves and just target a few people. Okay. We want to reach out to everyone, to African women, women between 20 and 40, maybe 45. So we have to we're dropping our prices so that we can cater for everybody.
Everyone. Yeah. Okay, do you perhaps encourage some maybe upcoming designers, if you like? You did say that your partner is in charge of the creative aspect of it, but I also know that there are a lot of people who are very, very skillful. They're very creative in that way, designing clothes and everything, but perhaps they don't have an outlet, they don't even know where to start, they don't know how to get their creations out there. So do you in any way perhaps encourage other people's
Yes, I actually was speaking to my friend not too long ago, and I was telling her that, because I was speaking to her about menswear, men's fashion and trend, because I know that her husband does that. And I was like, we're going into menswear in like Q2 2015. So I know who I can speak to with regards to that, because we're tailored more towards women's wear. But there's a lot of questions being asked, like, oh, what about us guys? I really like what you guys are doing.
When you're going to the menswear.
I know, that's another thing. And Nigerian men, they always pay for things like real quick.
We don't buy in credit.
Exactly. So,
go ahead.
So yes, I do speak to people. In fact, Guano is also working with a company who, what they do is that they try to showcase Nigerian brands internationally online. It's called Fetoru. And we're going to be working with them where they're going to have exclusivity to our clothing line, and they're not just going to sell to the Nigerian African market. They're going abroad. So it's a platform for designers who don't know how to get their name out there. It's a fantastic company to do that with.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, I'd like us to talk about the dressing thing. What to dress to what occasion. Now, for some people, for a lot of people, I think that the rule that goes for them is just dress what you feel looks good on you. So if they just feel it looks nice on me, off they go. But tell us, as someone who is a professional in that field, what are the things that you should look out for? Talking about dressing etiquettes and the various occasions that
the first thing I would say is you really need to take into consideration the season, as well as the time of day as well, and the kind of occasion you're going for. So those are three factors. The season, is it like raining season? Is it winter? Is it spring? Is it summer? Is it Christmas? Is it Easter? What time of the year is it? And then, is it daytime? Is it nighttime? And then what are you going for? You're going for a funeral, you're going for a wedding, you're going for an interview, a cocktail.